Welcome to 2021 coverage of AM Worlds in Orlando, Florida. This coverage brought to you by Fox Hills Productions. Grant Zellner and Jennifer Allen on the mic as we check out the FA40 division. This is round 4 with Serenity Madison. A 5-stroke lead over Meg Sapp. Angie Jeter and Becky Trojan round out the card that was the lead card at this stage of the event. We're at Bill Frederick Park at Turkey Lake. This is the Woods course on the short pin locations. Normally hole number 12. Today, hole number 1, 130 feet. Tight, tight, tight.
Extremely wooded. Nope. Definitely probably throwing a lot of slower drivers, maybe even putters. I don't know how much these women throw putters, but definitely some slow speed discs to stay in the middle here.
This is a great card. A lot of fun, a lot of camaraderie amongst these women. We're going to see a lot of standstills off the tee for control purposes. This is a short course, just 4,100 feet long in total, and Serenity piping that putter right up the middle.
Replay on the first throw.
I know, right?
It's a great way to start your round.
This is Meg Sapp. Recovering from early tree hits is going to be a theme throughout our round today. As Angie Jeter finds the exact same tree that Meg did.
Going with the jump putt off the tee. I like it. Is it going to work?
We've got a lefty on the card there in Becky, so we'll get to see some different shots.
These girls look like they're playing in a jungle. That hat looks definitely appropriate for the situation. Beautiful upshot by Meg.
That's 2 jump putts on the same hole.
Unfortunately, there will not be a jump putt because she is inside the circle for her last putt. So she's going to just stand for that one.
Yeah.
Angie, big save.
Almost a jump putt.
The AM Worlds played 6 rounds of golf before a semifinal round and a final 9. So here as we start round 4, position jockeying, if you will, beginning to become a little bit more important for these players. I'm not going to say we're hitting the home stretch, but we can see it from where we are, that's for sure. Hole number 2, 255 feet, yet a par 4. And you can certainly see why.
Yeah, not only is it extremely tight, but winds back and forth through. There doesn't even really look like a clear line. So a placement shot of a hole that ends up left, right, back to the left. Yep.
Wow, Serenity was just inches from getting probably another 100 feet on that drive. After Meg's early tree kick, Angie, that's a safari route.
A little late release. Yeah, a little late coming off the tee there. It's a lot of pressure to hit that tight gap just right off the tee box. So we have Becky going with the jump putt again just to stay in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing how many strokes you can save if you just try to stay close to the middle.
Yeah, clearly she's working on a specific strategy.
And as many turns as this hole takes, like I don't even know if there's an advantage to be left or right-handed here.
I think that was our first forehand of the day, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it's so tight. You know, sometimes when you get into trouble, you pick a spot, you know, just try to play smart and punch out to get in the open. But, I mean, man, there's really not even a lot of places to punch to.
Mm-hmm. Certainly not on this hole.
No.
Jennifer, on a hole like this, do you find yourself ever playing it safe, or do you go for it and then just trust in your game to be able to save par even if things go south?
With so many, I mean, so few options really for this one, I think it's still you're going to have to try to play safe with a slower speed disc. I don't even think a fast speed driver would get you there if you hit the line. Like, I don't really think there was a line. So I think the slow speed disc, you know, trying to keep it as close to the middle as possible is still probably the smart gameplay here.
That putt was for bogey for Meg, so she'll double.
Another great putt by Angie. She's a nice, strong putter.
I get the feeling through just 2 holes that this is one of those courses where sometimes par is going to pick up strokes on the field.
Absolutely. And I think, not to say anything bad against amateurs, because I've done it in so many professional tournaments, that for women, playing for par is not a bad idea. You know, we don't come in at the end of the round with, 10, 12 down on a lot of courses. So playing for par as a woman is always, I feel like, a smart option.
Back to another sub 200-foot hole, hole number 3.
Little bit more of a line. The basket has a few guardian trees protecting it, as well as the army in front of those trees. But a little more of a clear shot. Hopefully that someone can punch up there.
Yeah, the green, at least, is sort of accessible, if not the pin location itself.
Ooh.
What a beautiful line. I don't know if she intended to go.
Yeah, she found one.
I don't know if she intended to go inside there, but she certainly got the angle correct. Angie will be scrambling again. This hole sets up well for Becky.
She also slides a little long. 173 feet. I mean, it's hard to throw such a controlled shot when you're really focusing on hitting that line and then not go too far.
Well, yeah, that's kind of an under-talked about, I think, element of the way a disc flies. It takes a certain amount of speed for a disc to actually turn. And so you've got to throw maybe sometimes harder than you'd like if you also need the disc to sort of manipulate itself through the air.
Absolutely. And even just for throwing it straight, if you throw it nice and soft, we're going to, end up going left or right depending on what hand you throw with. So you have to have enough momentum on the disc to fly straight like that.
Serenity is probably just outside the edge of the circle.
Wow, what a great birdie. See if Becky has a line at the basket as clean as Serenity did.
Not quite. Air mails the basket there. Oh, Angie. Ouch. Oh, Becky. Double ouch.
Sometimes the frustration of a start like this is hard when you're really focusing, and it's hard to hit those lines. So it's hard to get going sometimes. It's nicer to start on those wide open courses or holes. Like this. Finally, they get to air one out.
Speaking of wide open, 300 feet on the nose, and really nothing to speak of other than out of bounds on the left. That whole sort of brush line there on the left is OB.
Nice S-shaping shot to get that maximum distance. Give herself a look for a birdie putt.
When you've been throwing standstills off the tee, having to shift gears and come out and sort of air one out, a little bit of a challenge to keep your timing all correct, you know?
Or just keeping your excitement down. I think for me, sometimes, you know, I get so excited to throw something far that you kind of overthrow it or maybe don't focus quite as much. But I'm sure these women are excited to be out here in the open for a hole.
So everybody, I think it's safe to say, within circle 2.
And staying away from that OB. Oh, such a great run at that birdie.
Putting seems to be maybe the separator between Serenity and the rest of her card mates, at least through this first stretch of round 4. Hole number 5, and your eyes are not deceiving you, that is a little bit of elevation on a Florida course. 283 feet, playing up and over the mound. I can't believe it. You can't even see the top of the basket.
You a bill for the extra editing.
This picture-in-picture feature is pretty cool.
It is. They're doing a great job here. And so are these women trying to stay away. I'm sure that OB is still a little bit hidden over there on the left side.
It's Becky.
Trying to keep it up there to the right. Becky does a good
Looking
job.
at
Right in the open for a
looking
look.
at about 40, 45 feet probably.
I love Meg's matching outfit. Socks and all, she nailed it. And also did a great upshot there. Ooh, right by the basket, but it looks like it's going to leave her a little more trouble behind the basket. But that appears to not be OB, so they were lucky that the OB line stops right there.
Yeah, it looks like it runs up the side, but not behind.
Very kind of the course designer.
Looks like Serenity will be giving up the box for the first time in this fourth round. As the rest of her card mates par out. So 2 holes in the open and nary a birdie for the card.
So let's take them back to the woods.
Well, we were having some success there. Hole 6, 216 feet. A par 3.
Again, not a strong line to the basket, making these girls work for it. It's going to end up back over there, tucked to the right side. Meg tries to find a sneaky local route.
Looks like it. This hole's sort of shaped like a backwards number 7.
Should set up nice for the lefty.
Oh, just needed a little more straight before that disc started to hyzer. But she does have a vantage point at the basket.
It's a nice clean shot by Angie.
Caught some branches, but no tree trunks. Caught them kind of late. Not sure if they knocked her down a bit quicker than our view from here makes it look. Although I do think she was looking over there to the right.
Mm-hmm.
And so was Serenity.
There's just so much in front of that basket.
Yeah, it does. It looks like Angie's disc got sort of topped by a tree branch and went straight down a bit quicker than it looked like initially.
Mm-hmm.
It was,
This course is really making these women work for those upshots.
and that was pretty. That was really well executed.
Uh-huh. There we go. We're getting toward the basket now.
So this Angie's third.
I can only imagine that it's pretty humid there as well. This looks, summertime, Florida, pretty muggy. This would be frustrating.
Oh, no doubt about it. I was there.
Great,
Orlando in what month was that? Was that
July?
I believe it was August. And
Oh, dude, that's the fun of the job.
frequent afternoon rain showers kind of kept the humidity up, and when you got into these woods, any wind got sort of knocked down, so very stifling in the woods.
A couple of more tap outs. That was a difficult hole. Hopefully this next hole is going to be a little easier for him. 160 feet. Still a lot of stuff in the way, but this one's going to end to the left, so sets up a little bit better for our right-handed throwers.
This is our third sub 200 foot hole of the round so far. Wow, that's one of our best executed tee shots so far today.
Angie also sneaks one right up there by the basket. Great drive.
Great little bit of ground play by Angie. Gets kind of the anti-skip to get around that little tree. I said Angie, I meant Serenity.
Yeah, you did, but that's okay. I'm sure she'll forgive you.
Becky with her up to save her par. Unfortunately, may lose a stroke to one or more of her card mates.
There we go. We're going to get back on some birdies, erase some of those bogeys from the last couple of holes.
Yeah, Serenity had quietly dropped to the bottom of the box.
Another great birdie putt by Meg. And we figured that Angie would make that putt. She is such a good putter. She's hit some great putts so far this round.
Meg on hole number 8, 222 feet, a par 3. Didn't get the drone footage of this hole, but as you can see, a bit more open, perhaps.
Yeah,
at least off the tee.
Open off the tee, yeah, for sure. And then a million little guardian trees up there by the basket. Again, fading over to the left.
By the way, this is normally hole number 1 on the Woods course.
Just a little too much on that, but at least gets up there for another look at birdie.
And that tree acted as a perfect backstop.
It did. It helped her out quite a bit. A little tougher of a line for our lefty. And that's about all she could do from that spot. Let's see if Meg could do more. This is a tough approach.
Gets out of jail.
There, she sneaks it through.
Serenity has a chance to go birdie after having gone bogey just a couple of holes ago.
And she does.
She's definitely starting to separate herself from Meg, who is separating herself a little bit there in second place. Let's close out this opening 9. We'll get back out in the open. 285 feet.
Nice righty hyzer, backhand hyzer into the basket here on the left. Hopefully these girls can get one out there. And one more look at birdie on the front 9. Serenity stays out of the tall, sticky grass there on the right.
Yeah, not a lot of ground play once you get out of the trees here in Orlando. This, I have to assume it's a form of a Bermuda grass, and it is really thick.
Ooh, that tree saves Meg from going back into the sticky stuff as well. I can only imagine how it would just, I can just feel it on my legs. Which is why Meg has her nice long socks on.
Not just for decoration.
Right. This is going to be a little tougher of a line for Becky.
Yeah, I've noticed Becky doesn't go to a power forehand very often, although that seemed to have a lot of power on it.
And the tree also kind of keeps her. Hopefully she can save par from there.
She can certainly get plenty of power from a standstill, that's for sure.
And look at those cute little layups. Meg tried to join them, and it just didn't work, did it? Couple feet back. She'll be appreciative of that, though.
Lots of distractions here for Becky.
Saves it. That's a great save.
So as we close out this opening 9, Serenity, the only player on the card to score more than one birdie.
Oh, that's hilarious. I don't know.
Make sure everyone marks the correct disc here.
That's it. The whole thing's under protest now.
And everyone closes this out with some great pars.
Serenity has extended her lead by a couple of strokes, and as I mentioned, Meg also has separated herself there in second place with Angie and Becky tied for third. We'll come back and catch back 9 action here at the Woods Course. It's the FA40 division, round number 4 at 2021 AM Worlds. Make sure you follow at PDGA.